Let us talk about agriculture. Agriculture is supposed to be the mainstay of our economy. We are dependent on food. At whatever level, we need food, firstly, as a people. We need food for investment. We need to invest in the agriculture sector in such a way that it must be robust and it must be thriving. But today, we have got the arable land, we have got our people ready to work. I've always used this example, this analogy that we have got people we see reporting in droves whenever a job is advertised. They come in the hundreds of thousands. They want to earn a living, decent living. That tells us to say, if we can open up our country for agricultural purposes, you can only imagine this will be a marvel. And we are so strategically located such that we are surrounded by 9 countries who can be off-takers of what we produce locally. And this country is so blessed. It's endowed with a larger amount of our water bodies. I don't know to what extent. But in the SADC region, yes, we do have the largest quantity of water. And we've got the manpower to run that agricultural machinery. We have got all that it takes to add value to the products that we are producing. I'll give you an example. If we have groundnuts in Eastern Province, we have mangoes in Western Province, we have pineapples in Northwestern Province, we have got a variety of crops in Muchinga and Northern Luapula. Really, we have got animals in the Southern Province. All these entities are a viable machinery to propel this country to the next level before we even talk about the mines. So, we are today suffering with the highest cost of living in our memory since independence, because that is when we started taking data as Zambians. Now, how did we get here? We are not hearing anything about an agricultural revolution that is needed in this country. What we are hearing is FISIP, CDF, FISIP being Farmer Input Support Program, Constituency Development Fund. We have got social cash transfer. We have got all this money which is being wasted. Whereas if it were put into agriculture, even the people you're giving social cash transfer will have a better living because life will be affordable. Today we are buying a little onion for 2 kwacha, 3 kwacha, upwards. Look at the land that surrounds us. Look at the water flowing. Even through a drought, there are areas like Luapula, which is under the Congo Basin. There is rain there, 6-7 months a year. Yet we are not utilizing all this, and we have got governments who have been placed there for the sole purpose of achieving the very goals that we are not achieving. So it's heartbreaking to see our women, our children, moving with nutches on their head, bananas, day in, day out. These are crops grown in other countries, mostly South Africa, Zimbabwe. These crops are coming into our country. We are mere sales ladies and salesmen of those farming entities in our neighboring countries. Why can't we do that here in Zambia? What is stopping us? Is it necessary to take that money and give it to CDF, which is 31.6 million last I checked, put together 150 constituencies? We can do the math. It comes to 200 million plus US dollars that we are wasting today. And every year we're coming back to report to say money is not being brought back. If we had a viable agriculture setup that will entail that all the provinces are fully equipped with the machinery that they need to process whatever is grown in the various provinces, we would have not a relatively low cost of living, but the lowest, because everything will be in abundance. Today, to buy an apple is a dream for a child in a peri-urban area. To buy an orange it's a non-starter. We do not have a balanced diet. Our children are stunted. What a shame to the government in place. Because how do you explain that to your people, to say, you have got the land, you have got the water, and you have got the people to work, and your own children are stunted, and we're even giving data as to how bad it is, and it will only be resolved after 30 years. Honestly, it just tells you that we are going nowhere slowly with the system that we have. It is a system built to cripple everything and everybody, starting from the stomach. We cannot have free education with hungry children. We cannot have any going concern with no food. The first stop for every government that comes in must be food security for its people, and not just maize, a balanced diet for the people that is governing. How do you govern multitude of people on empty stomachs? That's why when you come and you flash any note or any coin, people stampede to pick it up. Others even die. What a shame. What a shame to this country. And these are the leaders that we elect into office to come and redeem us of these ills that we go through. So, having said that, the discussion has to start. The discussion has to continue, because we have the minds to sort out this. We have the experts in all the various sectors of agriculture, production, value addition. We have got the minds to propel this engine of agriculture. Yet today, it is off. It is turned off deliberately by the politicians again, because they believe or they think the current trend is what will keep them to make more money by bringing in goods from outside. Now, that to me is a very wrong way of thinking. We should think we have got the solutions in our boundaries. We've got the solutions in this country. Why should we be eating food from potatoes, chips from South Africa? What has happened to our soil? Can't it grow potatoes no more? It can. But the minds that are there, I would be ashamed to be called a minister or a president in such a scenario, because we are not adding value to our people. Can we for once think about this country? And it comes back to the ordinary citizens. You are the people with the solutions. Governments have come, governments have gone with no solution whatsoever. That's why we are in this space today. It is because it has been grossly mismanaged, deliberately, I would say, because there is no way you can direct money to a cause that you know very well is not going to pay back to the coffers where it came from initially. And we're doing that year in, year out. Just the first year will tell you to say, no, stop this, let's go this direction. 1 year, but we're going and counting. Why? Because the people who are getting this money from the so-called CDF fund, people connected to the government, people connected to the people who are in government, this is the situation of who you know. And they're given contracts, they're given bursaries, they're given money for all sorts of things, and it's not coming back. What would this country be if we took 200 million and put it in agriculture sector for 1 year? Everything changes. We will have food, we will have maize, we will have fruits, we will have everything that we so desire for a balanced diet. Today, we are only talking about maize. So shamefully, you're only thinking about maize. Maize we don't eat mealie meal on its own. It goes with relish. Whether it's cabbage, tomato, onion, cooking oil, all these things can be produced here. We've got the sunflower, we've got soya beans, yet we're importing oil. That in itself is a fallacy. We shouldn't be in this space. It's time we Zambians woke up, otherwise there is no one who's going to come on and knock on your door and say, wake up. No, we are sleeping. It's a sleeping giant that we are sitting on. This country has got a potential so vast that if we really use this potential, we will change this tide. So we are going to go on with this debate because we have to come to a normal conclusion to say, this is the direction we're going to take as a country. This is not about individualism. No, this is collectively. Collectively, we can make wonders. This country will be a marvel to admire, and not the state that we are in. It breaks my heart to see those women with nutches on their head from South Africa. The owner of the farm is the owner of the money. She is a sales lady. In most cases, they make 15 way to 18 way. 1 kwacha if you are lucky. How do you build an economy like that? Where are we going? Is this the best we can do? Really? We will be having more of these discussions. Let us come to a conclusion that a lot of us, like minds, start talking to one another. Let us form units that will change the tide for our country. For this, I thank you.